Cartier, what we doing, bros?
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Cook with Cartier recipe video. Look, the holidays are here. It's time to get those side dishes, those desserts, those main courses, those turkeys, hams, chicken, whatever you're doing. It's time to go ahead and get to it. Look, y'all see what we got going on right here in front of us. I ain't gonna waste too much time. Y'all see the pie crust, y'all see the sweet potatoes, y'all see the mixing bowl. Look, we're gonna be making that sweet potato pie today. Now, I don't know if your grandmama made it, your auntie, your mama, maybe your uncle, you know what I'm saying? In this case, you never know, your granddaddy, whatever the case may be. Whoever was in the kitchen whipping up them pies, them sweet potato pies, making them real good, how you remember? Look, we're gonna bring it back just straight to that. There's not too many ingredients to this. Look, we're gonna do it the easy way. It's not gonna be too much to it. 3 sweet potatoes that we're gonna start with right here. We got some good old sweet potatoes. Then, like I said, we got our pie crust. Now these pie crusts, these are the deep ones. So we should be able to fill up 2 deep ones. You could get the regular ones that's not as deep, could get those too. We're going with 3 sweet potatoes today because I feel like that should be enough to fill these up. Now if it's only gonna be filling up 1, then that's cool. I would go with maybe about, like, if you want to do 2 of these, then I would go about 3 to 4 decent sized sweet potatoes like this. So look, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these sweet potatoes, we're going to clean them off, we're going to get them scrubbed up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, clean all the dirt, all that little extra stuff off. We're going to get them rinsed off, cleaned up, patted dry, and look, we're going right in the oven with these. So you can either go oven method. Today, I'm going to go oven method. Make it a little bit easier, but look, usually you want to do your sweet potato pies the day before anyway. You don't want to do them on the same day because you're going to have enough going on in the oven anyway. So to free up some space in that oven, you could go boiling the sweet potato method. You could do that too. That's an option as well, but today we're going to go in the oven. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these sweet potatoes cleaned up and we're going to come right back. So look, we got them on a paper towel right here because we want to kind of, you know, get them a little dry, pat them dry. So we're going to go ahead and do that. 400 degrees is where you want your oven to be at. So we're going to go 400 degrees. And these sweet potatoes are going to live in that oven for about a good hour. So not too much to this. All we're going to do is we just going to put a little oil on here. Just like that. Let's just get a little coat on them. I said, y'all, it's not too much to this. Kind of like you're doing baked potatoes right now. You're gonna get a little coat on them just like this. Make sure you know they all got some oil on them all around. Into the oven we go, 400 degrees. We're gonna go for an hour. Right now, also, y'all, if y'all got that pie crust, you want to go ahead and keep that oven at 400 degrees because you want to pre-bake that pie crust. Before you put them in there, make sure you go in with a fork like we did, poke some decent holes in there, you know, pretty much all around, just so that you can get a good balance with that crust in your finished product. You don't want to have like a mushy crust or anything like that at the bottom. You want a good texture at the bottom. All right, y'all, so look, we back. And now, as you can see, after an hour, like I said, 400 degrees in that oven, look, we got those sweet potatoes nice and soft. You can press on them, and that's what you want. So now, you know, we probably let them cool for maybe about like 5 or so minutes. You wanna let them cool, but you don't want them to get like too cool, too solid, because you want them to still kind of have that mush so that, you know, it make it easier to mix. So now we just pretty much to the point where we just gonna go ahead and we just gonna peel our sweet potatoes. Shouldn't be, you know, too bad. If you need to get back in with that fork, go ahead, because, you know, you touch it, it might be a little hot. So, you know, that's all we're gonna do right now. We just gonna go ahead and just peel the sweet potatoes, skin them, and get them into our mixing bowl. far as the crust go, you know, this is what y'all want to get that pre-bake about 10 to 12 minutes till you start getting that light brown. Yeah, so we just gonna set these off to the side, let these cool before we put in our filling. But by the time we get done with our sweet potato filling, these gonna be ready anyway. So we just gonna set these off to the side. Yeah, y'all see the Christmas lick. Yep. We got all our different ingredients right here next to us. So we got, you know, sugar, brown sugar. We got an orange, you know, that citrus. Sweet potatoes, obviously. We got 3 eggs in the back. We got vanilla extract. We got a little salt to bring out the salt to, you know, enhance and balance those flavors out. We got a lot of sweet stuff right here. We got cinnamon. We got maple extract. Yeah, this the key right here, that maple extract. What y'all know about that? Anywho, we got that ginger. You can also use a little allspice too if you want to. We got that sweetened condensed milk in the back. You can also use evaporated milk if you want to. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now what we want to do is we just kind of want to help the sweet potatoes out. We'll help the mixer out with the sweet potatoes. And just kind of, you know, just start to like mash them up just a little bit. All right, y'all. So now with this one, this joint raw too, because you could take this piece off and just use it as a hand mixer. But we're gonna leave it on for now. And then we just gonna add in our ingredients. We got a stick of melted butter. We got our sugar. We're gonna use about a cup of sugar. A quarter to a half a cup of brown sugar. I'll probably go about a quarter of a cup just because of my serving size. Sweetened condensed milk, get some of that in there. So as we letting it work, we're gonna add in about a half of an orange. We're gonna add in those 3 eggs, and then we're gonna add in, you know, the rest of our stuff, our cinnamon, nutmeg, maple extract, vanilla extract, salt, and then we're gonna add in our ginger too. Pretty much done, y'all. How we looking? Looking good, it's smelling good. Smelling like Thanksgiving, smelling like holidays, smelling like Christmas, it's smelling like love in here. And we're gonna go ahead and get these filled up, toss them in the oven. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fill both of these up. Now with this amount, I probably would have been good with the traditional, but I think this actually worked out. So the perfect height is not overflowing. Yeah. Got our oven, we back 350 degrees. So we're gonna put both of our pies in the oven. We're gonna go 350 degrees and we're gonna start off about 45 minutes. Now you can range between 40 to 60 minutes. But once you get to about that 45 minute mark, you wanna go in there, check your doneness. Go in there with a toothpick or with a fork. If it come out clean, instant, you good. And sometimes even just off look, off visual, if it got that nice finished, a little bit of a more darker brownish, a light dark brown, not the crispy burnt brown, but you know what I'm saying, like a lighter brown finish, you know it's pretty much done. But yeah, you can go in just like how you do cornbread or cake or anything, cupcakes, muffins, whatever. You go in with a toothpick, with a fork. If it come out clean, then you good. Go ahead and pull them out. But what I want to do is, mind you, we pre-baked our crust already. Now, what I want to do is just come in with a few pieces, and I want to line the crust with some foil because, mind you, we have 350. The crust is pretty much almost done. So it's going to get to a certain point where the pie filling is not done and the crust is still going, and the crust might end up burnt, crispy, breaking off when you try to get it up, you know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of protect it from doing that by controlling it with putting some foil around the crust edges. So let's go ahead and just do that, and then we're gonna get into the oven. All right, y'all, got our pies right here, foiled up. Look, if y'all stay for that whole thing, let me know. If it was a more efficient way to do that, let me know, because I don't know. But look, 350 degrees, we're going in the oven, 40, 45 minutes, and we're going to check back in. I'll see y'all in a little bit.